Hello, my name is Lara, and I am the AI avatar of Jack R. Ernest. If you like what you see and hear, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. There is a niche on Reddit where users upload dashcam footage of vehicle accidents and near misses. With thousands of daily uploads across various international subreddits, these clips usually showcase erratic driving or the occasional collision. The commentary is predictable. Posters claim these drivers need lessons, or should lose their licenses, operating under the delusion that the road should be a utopia. They believe that if everyone simply obeyed the rules, accidents would vanish. This is a statistical impossibility. With millions of vehicles on the road globally, accidents and fatalities are a mathematical certainty, not a choice. We cannot achieve perfection. We can only strive to reduce the numbers compared to years past. This example illustrates the fallacy of utopia, the mistaken belief that a perfect society is attainable. In reality, society is inherently flawed. Crime is not an anomaly to be eradicated, but a persistent feature of human interaction. There is no society without it. Even if we could monitor and imprison every lawbreaker, or, as in Minority Report, arrest them before they acted, new forms of deviance would inevitably emerge to take their place. The sociologist Emile Durkheim famously argued that crime is a normal social fact. He illustrated this with his Society of Saints thought experiment. Even in a community of perfect, exemplary individuals, the slightest lapse in manners or taste would be viewed with the same outrage as a serious felony in our world. Society inherently seeks out deviance to reaffirm its moral boundaries. When we watch the news and react with understandable horror to brutal crimes, such as feminicide, we often fall into the trap of believing that the right set of policies, solutions A, B, C, D, and E, could eliminate violence entirely. However, given the billions of human relationships globally, a certain degree of conflict and violence is, statistically, a certainty. Like traffic accidents, we can strive to reduce the rate, but we cannot achieve zero. A society without crime is not a society at all. It is a stagnant monoculture. A healthy living society is diverse, unpredictable, and ultimately imperfect. One must accept society as it exists, not as they desire it to be. You cannot legislate a civilization into utopia. The solution to crime is not to expand prisons or construct a police state. The horrors of Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union prove that the authoritarian pursuit of perfection is a road to ruin. Instead, we must accept that life is defined by trade-offs, not solutions. Every choice for one thing is a decision against another. Maturity lies in recognizing that the colleagues who annoy us or the leaders who disappoint us are simply reflections of human diversity. It is a narcissistic delusion to believe that if everyone were like me, the world would be better, or if I were in charge, I would be universally adored. In reality, every leader, from a middle manager to the president, faces inevitable criticism. This disillusionment is most visible in politics. Voters often support a candidate with the hope they will make the country great again, only to feel betrayed years later. A leader cannot satisfy a whole nation simultaneously. A policy that assuages a Democrat will likely alienate a Republican. Society is fundamentally not equitable, and a classless society, as envisioned by Karl Marx, is a mirage. Even if wealth were distributed equally today, a hierarchy of rich and poor would inevitably reemerge. Marx intoxicated his followers with the illusion of a utopian state, a theory later weaponized by the 20th century's most brutal tyrants to seize power and commit murder on an industrial scale. The response to these realities is challenging. Can you forgive society for its inherent flaws? While your instinct may be to seek the destruction of global chaos, true maturity lies in expecting it. Once you accept imperfection as a given, you gain a perspective that the perpetually outraged lack. Can you accept that people are fundamentally irrational and will frequently act against your most deeply held beliefs? Can you live with the truth that your city and country will always require fixing, that society will always be somewhat defunct? Despite the dire warnings of intellectuals and politicians, the world is not ending. It is simply continuing. You must interact with society as it is, not as you wish it to be. Even a civilization of super-intelligent beings would produce its own unique set of problems. Consider your reaction when a fellow driver makes a mistake. Do you curse them in a fit of rage, or do you remain calm, accepting that human error is inevitable? The latter is the mark of a wiser mentality. Furthermore, remember that society often improves specifically because of its flaws. Profound change is frequently born of tragedy. In a literal heaven, growth would be impossible. Because an imperfect world is here to stay, you must embrace it, rather than pining for a world without it. The ultimate solution to your existence is to admit that you do not have the solutions, neither for society nor for yourself. As always, you can read more in my books available on Amazon. Until next time.